Mario? No, Craft Dwarf. How's it going? All okay? Data's still here. Good. Um, that fucking last what was it? It was Shadow Tower stream where I just lost all my data for no reason. I think about that every time. Um, okie doke. How is everybody doing? Um, I'm good. Um, I have some things to talk about in regards to like I guess what I've been up to. Okay, I'm starting to rebuild the map in my head of where yeah, because the Guardians, the birds, dead guy. Well, there's a lot of dead guys, um, but yeah, hope you guys are doing okay. Hope I got a small crowd, the usual suspects perhaps. Um, so I did browse the guide and I see there might be another key. The problem with that is that I feel like the key I have should work, but whatever. I'll just keep exploring this place because maybe there's more. But like maybe I have to do something for it to accept the key. I don't know. Um, we'll hope it works out. But finishing Arc 7 ReZero because I believe 9 is the one that's in progress, right? So that's cool. But I don't know how far I imagine the fan translations caught up after God how long of ReZero being oh wait, was that something on the ground? Yeah, an arrow. Cool. Popular enough with because it was a pretty big hit once it came out. So yeah, I would imagine people would keep up with it. Um, and then that's cool. Cause yeah, with me, I've just been okay. Oh yeah, this guy and the bombs, which I could blow up with arrows now, and maybe kill the shopkeeper. Um, nope, I just went that way. But yeah, so let's see what's been up with me. So yeah, the Evangelion in the Den came out. I didn't mention last week because last week it was literally already scheduled, and I realized like I should have just said like it's coming out tomorrow, but I forgot to mention it for some reason. So oh well. But it came out. Hoping I know some people have enjoyed the discussion. That was the wrong button. Wait, where's my? Do I have a weapon equipped? Or am I out of stamina? Oh, I have a bow. That's why I'm not doing anything. Which one is better? The Forest Carver. Of course, yeah. They don't use more magic than I already have. So yeah, that's and also yeah. So I finished 100%ing Blue Dragon. I have a few. I'm probably gonna finish Chrono Trigger definitely by this time next week. Um, because I still have a few endings to get in that game. Disco Elysium's really fun. It's gonna be a while before I finish it, but it's really fun. And yeah, Teen Titans. Yeah, I finished season 5, and I still have the movie left. But oh, that's a blob. I was like, what's this? So yeah, so basically, like I finished a few things that I've been waiting or been struggling to get through for a while, and which I think is cool because that means I can hopefully have more time for other stuff, and I'm gonna focus on Japanese learning. But I'll talk about that in a minute, I guess. Too. Oh, he makes chapters fast. Okay. So yeah, I guess. So I don't Justice League. It's been a while since I've seen it. But in my memory, I liked it more than I liked Teen Titans this time. Same for Young Justice, because Young Justice, part of me liking that a lot also comes from the fact that I watched it weekly, more or less discussing it with a friend pretty much since it came out. And I do think it's a solid and good show, and I really expect to rewatch it. Like, we still enjoy it on a rewatch, even though it's, not completely finished. And yeah, I definitely didn't go this way, so there's hope yet for progress. So yeah, I think overall, it's okay. I don't dislike it at all. Like I was didn't get like incredibly like tired or anything watching it. I would say, even if it definitely wasn't always particularly engaging. Like it's definitely very much like I don't know the target audience for Teen Titans Go, but it's definitely very much a children's show. And which goes to you could say that for like all those other two superhero cartoons as well. But I feel like they're a bit more accessible to me, or at least appealing to me in the way they present their stories, I suppose, with the DCAU and Young Justice, I mean. But I will say, Because yeah, so the last season was probably the best one by a little bit, not a lot, um, but it does have the final episode. I suppose infamous final episode where basically Tara, who was sealed away as a rock for since the end of season two, is found to be awake, alive again, but she's forgotten lost all her memories, and Beast Boy is trying to reconnect with her. Doesn't work out, and it was the best episode of the show. I thought. I don't know what the current discourse is on it, but I watched it and I was like, it was directed more strongly than any of the episodes I remember. I watched. I felt at least that I paid. I was not always locked in exactly, but I thought the ideas were fine. Like overall, still simple ideas, but the fact that like the show overall is so like positive, I would say, and humorous or funny, and then it just ends on such like not even bittersweet, just bitter. Like, I mean, yeah, Beast Boy has some growth as a person as a result of the conflict of the episode, I guess. But like overall, it's just yeah, it's just sad for him in that like, oh yeah, this girl you like, because the message episode, or they bring a lot of change in that like the antagonist of the episode is just a monster who people like it. Okay, gotcha. I just remember, well, because it felt like, especially as a kid, I remember feeling like it was a cliffhanger. But now watching it, I see it as being more conclusive than I saw it. Because like, oh my god, how are they gonna resolve this thing with Tara? And it's like, no, watching it as an adult, it absolutely resolves itself. It's just this sort of like more bitter ending of like, which I think fits just because it's like the characters are children, and so it ends with like a bit of a growing up moment, even if that's a hard one, right? Like things change, the show you like will end, and or the girl you like decided not to to go down a different life path that doesn't involve you anymore. Because like how I saw it was like, because going back to the change thing is ironically, well, like Tara changed it. She was always kind of like stuck between like hero and villain before, and she was very malleable, right? Like she hung out with Titan Slade, like you guys are cool, and then Slade saved her, and she's like okay, well now I owe Slade because he helped me, and so she was sort of caught between those two paths, and because she again like she's the type of person to change to fit all these other people, that well, how did that end up her? Like, yeah, ultimately she decided to be a hero, but she ended up as a rock for 3 seasons. And okay, I'm on the other side. It looks like. Oh no, this is just back where I was. No, I am on the other side, but it's not the other side I expect. And I definitely missed a door or two back there. So okay. Oh, I wonder if. Oh, so there's multiple. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, so it's this one. Okay. Well, cool. So there's multiple of those. Okay. And I think so yeah, like Tara, that was like Tara, that was Tara's growth, that she decided that like not being a superhero, like even for all the good things that like for she was friends with Beast Boy and the Titans is just like, but she was willing to give that up to go for a normal life, like, and and that's kind of the bitter part of it. And I was just pleasantly surprised by the episode, the way it was obviously like reflecting back on the episode, that because like they come to back to the city after spending so much time internationally, and they're like, oh, that store we liked is gone, like whoa, that was not, I thought that was a zombie, that's a lizard man. I was not ready for that, because I was just like, oh, he's gonna be really slow at getting to me, so I'll just ignore him for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna kill so many of you guys in Dark Souls. Oh god, he dodged. Ow. And he had a... Okay. New enemy. Gotta learn how to fight him. Ow, that was a long... He paralyzes? Yeah, I recognize that yellow glow immediately. Damn, that was a good... That was a fucking... Oh, boy. Okay. Woo! So yeah, yeah, like I said, visually referencing the previous episode, or yeah, that because the amusement park that they fought in, that Beast Boy fought Slade in before, over Terra, when he was explaining that, oh fuck you, dude, you know, yeah, they had some visual references to that, but with the focus being on Beast Boy instead of Terra, and that was cool. And yeah, it was just like really pleasant. Oh my god, I'm not very bad at this. Um, yeah, pleasantly surprised by the episode, and I found it more satisfying than like the entire conflict with the Brotherhood of Evil, which was fine. Um, but you know, um, they weren't the strongest villains the series had to offer. And, you know, and the expanded cast was fine. Like it was cool. I'm seeing, you know, having Beast Boy like the lock in at the end there, because you know he's been fighting these guys his whole life, and he's usually the comedy guy. I don't know. It was cool. You know. But yeah, that's the key, I think the key that I saw in my strategy guide that I had to grab. Um, I don't see it. Bending Crown. Where is it? I guess it's on a different thing. Unfortunate. But yeah, overall, Teen Titans was a fine time. Um, I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch Teen Titans Go anytime soon. I definitely want to at least check it out. Um, I don't know how much of it I'm going to watch. Probably not all of it, just because like, you know, I'm a completionist, but like I have my limits. And it's just like I mostly just want to see what it's like, as far considering it was such a popular and is such a popular show. I assume it's still coming out. You know, because it was like probably like a SpongeBob killer. Maybe not killer, but like, you know, the Cartoon Network's closest the Legion of Dada. Oh yeah, that's right. That was from the Grant Morrison run, I think, that I read. That would have been interesting. Um, anyway, I was saying something. Oh yeah, Teen Titans Go being like incredibly popular. So I don't know. One day I might check it out, but not this day for sure, because I want to focus more on the. So right now, basically, I guess. Oh, did I just? No, okay, I didn't. So no, I wanted to look at the shields. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is better than what I have. Oh, even. Did I? Oh, do I? I don't have a shield equipped. Does it? Oh, is my? No, my weapon's one-handed. Oh, well, that. No wonder I was taking so much damage. Just from those lizard guys. Whoops. Oh, it is still going. Okay. Yeah, I obviously don't hear much about it in my circles. We're all weebs, so. Making sure I don't have anything. Okay. But yeah, so with the Japanese learning is since I still have to finish Chrono Trigger and Disco Elysium. I want to play more Mario games too, but but that's, you know, I guess a slightly lower priority. But I guess what I was gonna say with the learning is that I started playing a DS game that's like. It's basically meant to be a study aid for kanji tests, or the Kanken, which is a Japanese national kanji fluency test. And I'm most interested in that. And obviously, there's other ways to learn kanji. I guess I was interested in this one because it's like a video game. There's you know, again, that gamified, like, it responds to you basically. So like, you know, as I draw the kanji, it'll tell me if I did it correctly or not, basically. I mean, it could definitely be better in that aspect, like with the stroke orders and stuff. And because sometimes it, like with one kanji, ulto for sound, it's really horrible about recognizing it when I draw it. But for some of them, I'll draw like half of it and just be like, "Oh, you mean this one, right?" And it's like, "Yes, I did mean that one." And then sometimes I'll finish it, and it'll be like, like it'll get it when it's partly drawn, but then it'll fail to then I'll finish drawing it and it'll be like, oh, what kanji were you trying to draw? And it's like, oh, come on, game. It's because it's an original DS game, like not a 3DS game or anything. So perhaps it's just a little inconsistent in that regard. So yeah, okay, these guys do throw fire at you, because I noticed that. I was wondering, like, are these guys gonna like set you aflame? Yeah, I don't know. Weird. So I have no. I finished Chrono Trigger. I mean, oh, Expedition Key. Okay, no. So I finished Chrono Trigger. I just haven't finished all the endings because you know, and so far they're not particularly transformative. Um, but I have gotten over half of them. Um, I am eventually going to play what's it called? Chrono Cross because I do have it and Radical Dreamers on uh Steam. So I am planning on playing that in Japanese eventually, just no time soon probably. Because my reason being is that as far as I understand it, they're disconnected stories, and I'm probably not going to forget any of the details with Chrono Trigger. Like with because with a lot of the game franchises I'm going through, I'm either planning to basically either I'm kind of judging it based on how much I want to replay and how much so like to give an example, Blue Dragon is like I've already gone through the story in English, but there is a way to go through the story in Japanese again without replaying the game, which I don't even know if I can replay it in Japanese on my Xbox because I had it physically and emulating is not easy. So okay, so I guess so I got one key. Oh, okay, but I made it to the middle. Oh wait, was I always able to go across here? No, that's where I came from, I'm pretty sure. So there is another bridge. Okay. But yeah, so basically, like, my idea is, like, if I go back to Blue Dragon, because, like, the two DS games that are sequels are using the same cast and stuff, so depending on how long it's been, like, I might refamiliarize myself with the cast and characters by watching the anime, which is, okay, unfortunate. Or for Dragon Quest is, like, I can replay some games, but it's also, like, the games are disconnected enough that, like, you know, I don't necessarily need to replay 4 and 5 before playing 6 for the first time or whatever. I can just jump into 6. You know, so I think another one that I have my eye on is Nukatashi because they even just released a what's it called? Bridge pedestal. Okay, so that one's already locked in. Is this still, this is I feel like this should be opposite the way I came, I feel like. Cause yeah, that doesn't look familiar. Yeah. This should be the one that's opposite the way I came. Because yeah, so but Nukatashi is getting an anime, and then I can play so I can watch that, play Nukatashi 2, or watch that as a refresher, then play the sequel. And they also just released another game. I guess it's in the same universe. So, okay. Oh boy. Okay, good to know that you threw fireball. I can see a nice, interesting way to prepare you for that guy, or at least like give you an idea of what he can do before you actually encounter him. Okay, or 3 of them. I can do the bow first. Oh, looking xenomorph looking ass. Don't want to use too much because I want to save some arrows for later, but Orange Xenomorph, yeah, I don't, right? So yeah, that's my general plan with those franchises. But for the learning, it's like, so yeah, I'm playing the kanji game, because I already know kanji through more Sora Osmosis, and obviously I don't have to study kanji, but I am running into issues because admittedly, I'm also probably doing too many cards a day, but you know, I'm running into a lot of words, so I just figure maybe like doing both, like, you know, spending some time playing this DS game for the kanji learning, and then also just doing the normal immersion and getting words and stuff. Like I actually just read a letter from in Animal Crossing because one of the villagers left, and I'm pretty sure I understood the whole thing just knowing the words. So you know, I'm getting to a point in Animal Crossing where I just oh, he just farted. Okay, they have a couple different spells. So you know, but I just figure just more weight because I think, you know, I guess what I'm trying to do, because is I want to be just studying for, like, you know, let's say 5 hours a day, but not necessarily doing just the same thing of just immersion learning by watching an anime and dissecting its lines, or not just kanji study or Anki. I'd like to be like doing a lot of things. And so I actually tomorrow I already scheduled my trial session with a conversation tutor. So I'll be in a voice call with someone who is fluent in. Is that door not opening? Huh. Okay, it's like a pre. Okay. Huh. Weird. I never run into that before. I don't think a door that only partly opens in one of these games. Huh. So I'll be I don't know how much of it's going to be in Japanese because it'll be the first one, but you know, if I like it, I'll keep up with that, and then with someone who can educate me and put me in an environment where I'm speaking in Japanese, and then eventually I'll move into VR chat servers because I've already ordered a VR set. I'm just waiting for it to show up. Not that I need a VR set to do VR chat, but I want to, and I want to play VR games eventually. So it's like I might as well get the VR set, you know, and use it for the learning. Talk about immersion, right? Yeah, I'm gonna ideally, like, you know, do some speaking and listening. Like, even if I'm just lurking in VR chat at first and hearing conversation, like one way I thought of I can do to, like, sort of practice without saying incomprehensible things in Japanese to human beings who aren't being paid to teach me, like my conversation tutor will be, is I was thinking of just like having my microphone off and just basically, you know, listening in a server and and then like basically talking anyway, just to like make my, as like kind of almost making my brain think that I'm talking to them and imagining like what kind of things I might say in response to a conversation. Like I guess which is a little parasocial, but it's like I just thought of it as a way of practicing without judgment, I suppose, because only I can hear myself. And then like if I run into a space where it's like, well, I kind of want to say this, but I don't know how to say it, I can like look that up and then have a more concrete way of, because which is one of my coworkers is actually VR chat to what else you mean, what else I'm interested in, or do you mean, did you miss me mention VR chat to for the immersion learning while I fight these guys for a second? Yeah, get in this habit of only doing the same attack that's easy to dodge. Well, I'll wait for Ombre to answer the question. So yeah, that's, like, I guess ideally a day, like, I need to finish Disco Elysium, and that way I can worry about, because it's in English, and it's a good game. I like it a lot, and now I'm especially at the point where it's like, because usually I play for like an hour just because I think it's a good way to pace myself, but now I'm at the point where it's like, I'll get to the end of the hour and it's like, oh, but I want to do this. Like, I want to play more of it. So I just need to. VR. Yeah, other games I'm interested in are Beat Saber, because Jacob Geller sold that one really well. I don't own it yet. And then I guess there's also the Sam & Max VR game, which I'm not super interested in. It's more just like I've finished the trilogy not too long ago, and I've already played. I did try the original one. I might try it again. And I've read the comics, so the only Sam & Max thing I haven't finished is the VR game and the original the cartoon. So it's like more of a might as well kind of thing if I can get it for a low enough price. And then I'm sure there's other good, like Super Hot is a well-known one. Other good and interesting VR games, but I think Beat Saber. I even realized Beat Saber might be a way to Priest Store, immerse and do learning that way, because one thing I'm gonna try to do. So basically, for my Japanese existential crisis video, where I talk about my Japanese learning journey and why I started and why it'll keep me away from main channel videos for a little while. Right now I kind of just don't want to work on it because I want to focus on other things like learning Japanese. But I did sort of come up with an ideal like sort of roadmap, in the sense of like what are some things I can do before starting the video in order to basically like not prime myself for the video, but more like put myself like, how do I put it? Because if I just wait till I feel like it, I might never do. I might never do it. I have no idea. But uh, if I decide, oh, you little bitch. Oh right, dark spell. Um, God damn it. Okay. So like basically, if I think of it as like a to-do list of like I have to do these things and then I can do the video. You know, that way I'll sort of be like, okay, I can do the video now if that makes sense. After I finish those things. Those things being, because generally speaking, I want to reach the point in my Japanese learning that I'm not really studying anymore. Like it's just I know the language. I just need to like, you know, get more words, get more experience speaking with people, get more practice in basically. But where, you know, I can watch things at a decent pace, maybe even watch things with the subtitles or talk to people in VR chat and not run into any issues. Like get to a point where it's more about the time I spend with it is more sustaining and less getting to the point where I can do the things. Because like one minor goal, for example, is Idle Precure, the episode comes out in Raw on Nya at 5:05 my time, and the English subs come out on Nya at 6:30 my time on Saturday. So, you know, one goal I have is to be able to finish the Precure episode on Saturday before it comes out in English. You know, so like just as a minor goal, because that means I'm not just doing, you know, getting the episode and understanding it and learning any new words, but also I'm doing it fast enough that I you know, again, I beat the people who are watching it in English because they can't do anything else. So you know, I just have all sorts of like little goals like that, and I want to be at a point where I can just like casually go through Japanese material for the most part like I do English material, even if it's harder and it takes more energy, but I you know, just that casual, like, yeah. And then you know, and so to do that, it's like, yeah, I want to just spend more time on it, like, yeah, doing and yeah, like one, and so of those many goals, one of them is like I basically want to try for everything that I might immerse to, like have on as audio. I want to give it a shot. So I want to like I already have anime and one anime movie for immersion audio. Okay, new place, cool. So this is okay, neat. So yeah, I already have anime and a film. And so I want to try music. So just like listening to songs, and like, I mean, I already listen to Japanese music, so why not like unpack their lyrics and stuff, and then like, you know, just listen to the same songs I've always listened to, but now it's like I definitely understand all the words, right? I want to try a visual novel, obviously, because they're pretty nicely recommended, and I have a way to with OBS I can like just let it play and just read it. Ooh, that's a scary. Is that a forest folk? That looks kind of like a forest folk from one of the opening cutscenes. Unable to move. Okay. And then so yeah, music, a video, not just a video game, not just a visual novel, but also a more typical video game. Oh, is this healing water? I better talk to you because just in case it's poisoned. I'll answer your question in a second, Aubrey. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just like, at a certain point in the game. Power of passage. Is that teleportation? Is that? I need that. Okay, so if the forest. Okay. Okay, so if I can get food for the forest golem. Maybe. So is this water? Huh. I thought I made it glowed, but maybe it's just naturally glowing? Yeah, I think it's just naturally glowing. I thought it was maybe because I was interacting with it. So yeah, basically I want to do all those immersion things. And then, you know, play a game with... Thanks, emulator. Mr. Ghost Tree. Yeah, so yeah, play a video game, play a visual novel, do all these things. And then once I've tried all those things for immersion, I can talk about them better in my video instead of like, oh yeah, I had the idea to play this video game. Oh, is that the blue stone? Cool. I'm just going to leave that there. I just need to find the blue wand. If this is Blue Wand. Sarak's chest. Is that what her name is? Craftsman's chest. Okay, so they're engineer's chest. Okay, so if I have a key from, like, oh, because I had a key. Oh yeah, I bet I can teleport to these circles, kind of like I could in oh, magic maybe. Oh, oh wait, is that what that is? Oh my god, I never noticed that bar. Holy shit. Nice catch. Oh man, I can cast magic more freely. Holy fuck. Thank you for that catch, SciDB guy. So yeah, that's generally my plan of like these. I want to achieve these goals of learning these things, getting used to conversation, reading more. Because like once I get fast. What a weird little guy. Ah! Ow. Jesus Christ. So yeah, and then I'll do my video, and then after that, I'm gonna focus on my my Hunter x Hunter fanfic, because I've been working on it for 4.5 years now, almost, and I really want it to be finished, and then I'll decide, because I want a second source of income, because I'm getting money from my current job that's able to pay the bills, but I'm not getting much in the way of savings, basically. So I want to try something that like either, you know, maybe yeah, perhaps YouTube, getting into that more seriously, with all my new knowledge from having read academia and learned Japanese, basically. Or maybe I'll try. I have a novels planned, ideas for novels rather, that, you know, perhaps I could write those and see how that. Oh, what the fuck is going on? Is this a earth crystal? Yep. So is this like Kingsfield? Because 3 it just gave you okay. Upheaval. Ooh. Oh yeah, spikes. Cool. But yeah, so yeah, that just, you know, obviously if I have a second source of income, I'd rather it be something creative that I enjoy doing rather than something soul crushing like you know, more work in a different job. But God knows how things are gonna be by the time I get to that point with Japanese. So we'll see. But anyway, so to answer your question, Ombre, finally, chances of Metalon being the 4th Precure, I think it's quite likely at this point. I mean, at least because again, usually the mid-season cure, you know, I've brought up this comparison before, and usually the mid-season cure is introduced before they become a Precure. I think the only exception is Cure Earth from Asami, I think, from it's been a while, Healing Good, who she just kind of shows up and she's like, yeah, I'm the Precure now. Like, that's kind of like how Super Sentai does it more typically. You know, so with that in mind, then it makes sense that, like, okay, they finished the first story arc, with you know, or at least they have their team attack after the first climax in episode 11. So it makes sense that, like, okay, they're gonna spend the second core introducing the 4th Precure, you know, and you know, so if not Metalon, then it's like, who, I guess, and when are they gonna show up? Because maybe it will be a case like, because Blue Cat showed up, you know, before she became you know, Pure Cosmo, I think it was. It's been a minute. I've not the best at memorizing all the Precure names, especially from shows I haven't seen in like 7 years. Oh, there's a sword. And hi Titania. And so I think it was especially the part that made me think, okay, yeah, she's very likely to become the mid-season cure for Idol Precure, is because she has her like, she loves Pururun, and she wants her affections as, you know, like a sort of sister type figure, and, you know, she declared herself as their rival. Like, she's jealous of Pururun being a fan of Idol Precure, and, you know, being close with them, and, you know, like this last episode, you know, the power of cheering on someone, where it's like, Yes, Plutidun cheering on Idle Precure appears to give him the literal power and strength. And there was nothing else, just motivation, which then is translated into power and strength. Um, but especially because whenever Merodon cheered, even though it was weaker cheer, it seemed to be have a stronger result, if that made sense, or rather, like, more things happen when she cheered, so it's like, oh, interesting. I don't know how much of it is literal or more. Just like the idea of it in the, but because there's a, how it's presented and whatnot. But it's something to consider. And we'll obviously get more of her as the show continues. So yeah, it just makes sense to me that she's a she by becoming Idol Precure, she then becomes closer to the people who Purirun adores, and thus that just makes more sense. It makes sense to me. It doesn't have to make more sense, I guess, as I almost accidentally said. But let's try this. Oh, my magic is okay. Oh man, my health left somewhere. Ooh, sheet. Cool. That looks like it'd do damage if you guys were right next to each other, but the other one backed off. Oh, I used more than half my magic. Wonderful. And it's gonna hurt. Let's use a mushroom. Okay, it did do damage twice. That's cool. You guys suck, by the way. Especially when there's two of you in this hallway that I can't strafe around. Okay, thank God. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Melon Precure situation. With that said, I was also thinking about it because like she's more pink, like she's like pink between pink and purple, and so it's like, well, we already have a pink and a purple Precure, so what color are they? I mean, it would be interesting if they did maybe like, because it's like I've seen people call like black and white Precure colors, but it's like, because of course, I mean, that was literally the first two Precure. So in that way, it does make sense. And white, I would argue, is more prevalent because you have like Monatsu, you have wow, I can't remember her name from Soaring Sky Precure, Mashiro. Like it's even in the name, Shiro, right? But there's only one black Precure black. And there isn't another Precure I can think of who really has a strong black coloration. Like even when I think of, because you have Saki in Splash Star, but she's not black colored. Her outfit isn't black; it's pink. So it's like, I don't. But I did think maybe Melron, because she does have black as part of her, colors. I was also thinking about how like, because she feels like a younger sister to Purirun, but it's like. She's I don't know. I guess I'm just thinking about like mascot cures, and I feel we either have like all the mainline ones that I can think of turn into characters who are of similar ages to the main characters, if not older, like Asumi. Komuki, or she's older. Komugi is the same, the same age as Iroha. Though Yuki she's the same age, but she feels older. It's like she's adult coded, I guess, if that makes sense. Like if she was an All-Star F, she would have been with Yukari and Lala and Ageha, with the adult Kiers, the older Kiers. The one, yeah, sweet, thank you. Yes, good. Not Hibiki. Hibiki's the main one. Fuck, I can't remember her name. There's so many. Yeah, I've not. And I'll answer your question. It's for talking about. So yeah, my point being I can accept white as a precure color because there've been a good handful of white precures, um, but there has not been another black precure after Nagisa. So because even just looking at that show, like their secondary colors are pink and blue, so I feel just more willing to just sort of slot them into pink and blue because like that even kind of fits their archetypes, right? Like the pink one's a fucking idiot, and the blue one's a smarty pants, and that's more typical for the other precure seasons. Obviously, I'm not super dedicated to it. I'm just like it's more just like what I've thought about briefly. It's not too big of a deal to me. But you know, so and again, it was more just came about because I thought of oh, maybe Meteoron might be a black precure than the first one we've had since Nagisa as far as precure colors go, and then the other one being what I was gonna mention is because with the age is because like she feels younger by virtue of being Pururun's younger sister, who Pururun's already basically baby. Like the way she talks, especially with the way she talks when meeting Kokoro in episode 6, or rather when Kokoro finds her, and she's like, it would be it would be bad if I was discovered in the way she like sort of copies and uses the same phrases other characters use, even though she barely seems to understand them. Like I don't know, she just seems very young, and Meteoron if anything seems older than her. So if she was like turns human and is kind of the same age as Uta and the others, it's like that's fine. That I wouldn't complain about that. That makes sense. But I just also thought about maybe she'd be younger like Akko or the temporary cures, because usually when a baby fairy turns into a precure like Cure Mofarun or Cure Peko, they're younger. So I was just wondering, basically just speculating on what Meteoron's like precure design would be like based on, and thinking about it trend wise, because yeah, I feel like it might be slightly different than what we've gotten before as far as like mascots becoming cures. Like yeah, Milk being another one who was older. She was the same age as the other cast. Man, I miss Eternal Ring's magic system. There was just, I could just cast a spell and it could clear a room because I had the homing ring and just and because there's so many enemies, but there's bats that are hard to fucking hit, and I have no MP, and it sucks. Okay, good. I'm gonna take a. Okay, is if there was a series you really liked but fell out of love and wanted to share your thoughts, how would you do it? Cause yeah, overall I definitely prefer to talk about positive things. I mean, if it depends on the context too. Like if it's just a stream or like a podcast with Spicy, for example, like in the Den or in the Nen show, like I just talk honestly. Like yeah, overall just share my positive. I share my opinions. Regardless. Mostly positive because I just tend to enjoy things in art. But it's not like I never have negative ones. Like to bring up Teen Titans, which I would say Teen Titans, I guess it's hard to say fell out of love with, because I was in love with it like 20 years ago, when it started, and for years after that as it continued to air. But like I'm nowhere close to the same person I was, so like when I watched it, like I didn't really have nostalgia, or I wasn't being like, oh man, I'm gonna love this show just like I did as a kid. I just watched it as like, yeah, this was a show that gave me a formative like idea of these characters, so I'll watch it, sure. And that was really it, right? So it's a little different from like I feel like I guess something I did kind of fall out of love with a little bit was I watched Evangelion in 2012, and I was like, this is really good, and I had it was one of my favorite shows. And then when I rewatched it in 2018, I did not have it that high. I still liked it, but I did not have it that high, just because I guess I just didn't find it that interesting in comparison to how I'd found it in 2012 when it was one of my first shows. And then of course I rewatched it more recently. It's like, no, this show's good. I like it. I still like it a lot. So that's like the opposite of me falling out of love and then falling back into love with it, I guess. Because yeah, it just kind of doesn't happen to me that much anymore. Thank you for the good questions, by the way. I will answer the second one in a second. Oh, that's new to Kingsfield. Because Eternal Ring had Dark Element, but Kingsfield. Oh, interesting. Shadow Skin. Oh, so it's like a stealth spell. Cool. Neat. Um, I'm not sure what JYCT is off the top of my head. JYCT. I can't place it. Not that it matters, you know. You're talking to Tanya about that, but let me kill this guy and then I'll look at the second question. Because yeah, I don't think I have much to add on that. The first question. Is there any worth in criticism? Well, I think the issue with I think it kind of depends on the goals with criticism, because I think like you can call my videos critical. Like I don't know, I feel like critical is often conflated with negative, right? We think of criticism because like we think of criticism in terms of like I'm helping you make your thing better, but the truth is that like at least it's my experience as a creator is I tend to like reject criticism until I come around on it. Like I'll hear the thing and be like, that's dumb, that's wrong, I did it like this for a reason. And then I'll come around on it and realize like maybe okay I should have done it differently. Like I have to you don't really change anything until you come to the answer yourself, and other people telling you things isn't going to do that, if that makes sense. You know, so but that said, it doesn't necessarily mean it's worthless. I just think the issue is that most people aren't like media literate. They like, and this even extends to me in that I at least I have the ability to read good faith into media, and I think I do have interesting things to say, but I'm not like certainly not read on very much like literary theory, right? Which I'm trying to fix. People are aware of these things, but they haven't really like, you know, how many people have invoked deconstruction, but you know don't even know what kind of deconstruction they are evoking. Like the Study of Swords video, which is my recommend. That's the video that I needed, like, you know, when I got in, like, in 2018, when I was like, these people are wrong about deconstruction, but I'm also not going to read all these books. Where Study of Swords, like, he especially point out, oh, streamers? Okay, gotcha. Study of Swords basically, because one thing is particularly that stuck with me in regards to deconstruction is there's multiple kinds of deconstruction based on what field you're talking about. Like a deconstruction in, you know, Derrida's sense with literature and specifically like, you know, criticism, versus a deconstruction in architecture, the field of architecture, versus a deconstruction in the term of in the field of culinary. Like they're different things. And like especially his observation about how when people invoke it in regards to media, the definition they're bringing up is actually closest to the culinary deconstruction, but it's like we don't consume media the same way we consume food, so it's not really like applicable. Like that's why when you deconstruct something or rather when you say something like Hunter x Hunter is a deconstruction, it's like, but it is also a Battle Shonen thing. It's like it's still the same thing. Where if you say like make a deconstructed hamburger and it's like a Salisbury steak with a salad and cheese and bread, it's not the same. It's really not the same food anymore, right? Like it's the same constituent parts, but it's not the same food because we don't eat. But when you, and obviously Hunter x Hunter, you know, it's like it's a different Battle Shonen, but it's still a Shonen Jump battle series. Like it doesn't stop being a Shonen Jump battle series just because people decided to call it a deconstruction, right? Because it's like it's not food. It's not a culinary. Anyway, just watch the Study of Swords video on deconstruction when you get the chance. It's definitely, I've only seen a couple of videos from him. I've liked the ones that I have watched, but that one in particular is like, I needed this 5 years before you made it my guy. Appreciate it. So I'm glad it's there. I'm glad it exists. So now I don't have to do it, but because it would have been something I wanted to do anyway, of just like actually like understanding what deconstruction is. I literally still own 2 books that I never wasn't able to read about that exact subject, and then basically do that video. But he did it, so I don't need to do it. But yeah, and so I guess like yeah, with criticism, it's like and you know, discussion of theory and stuff. It's like it's absolutely valuable, but I guess the question is of like who is it valuable to? Because if it's about being valuable to like a community is one thing. Because like I think especially when we're in spaces like this where like someone can watch my video, come into this stream right now and be like, hey, I have these critiques of your video. well, for one, that's not really the place to discuss. I don't think this is the place to discuss it. I'm just fucking being lost and going down the same corridors and making the exact same turns and just generally not knowing where the fuck I'm going in this goddamn dungeon. You know, so if you say, hey, your Luffy video is bad, I don't want to talk about that right now. Oh, just look up Study of Swords Deconstruction. I'm pretty sure the only Study of Swords is the YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure he's only done the one on that topic specifically, so you'll probably have a good chance of finding it just looking up that. And then yeah, do slap it on your watch later or whatever. You know, so because in my, like, as I kind of brought up before, is like in my experience when people critique my videos is I'm already trying to make them better. Oh, you are wrong, but yes, thank you for the full title, Side TV guy. It's like, yeah, like it doesn't. I'm not gonna be receptive to criticism because most of it isn't good in the first place, and yeah, again, I have to come to it on my own eventually anyway. So you know, I get, like, yeah, having the thought in my head isn't bad, but again, I'm just generally not gonna respond to be receptive to it right off the bat. So anyway, but it can, in a community, for example, and even for yourself, I think it's a good way to, or it's not even just a good way. It's how you come to your tastes, I suppose. Like if you know, like if you don't like a thing and it has a bunch of shared qualities in regards to you know, what's it called? How do I put this? Like, if you notice trends among the things you don't like that are ideally more interesting, or, you know, more, because I mean, if it's just like, I don't like things that are bad, I like things that are good, like, wow, you're so unique and original, no one else thinks like that. Like, no, it's more like, I think of it more like when someone calls something trash, I mean, they're being annoying about it, but they're basically saying this thing isn't something that I like, right? Or when they say something's good, they, you know, or you know, peak, they you know, like, they're just one guy, you know, and just deciding whether something is good or not based on one guy, even no matter how well read they are and how well argued they are, it's like taste is more personal than that, so it's just not really a good. What I don't know. That's why I try not to think of media that way. I just go like, yeah, One Piece is my favorite. Like, I don't say it's the best manga, even though it's like by a lot the one that I've gotten the most out of, right? I just don't think, like, for me, using words like best are worthwhile metrics, I guess, of judgment, even though, like, you know, by saying One Piece is my favorite, I am making some sort of a judgment. Oh, hello. You know, so because yeah, like with critique in general, like yeah, I don't, so yeah, it's necessary for you as an individual, I think, to break that, understand, at least not, maybe not necessary, because you could also just like watch things and vibe and just, you know, not think about it too much beyond that. Like, that's a valid way to enjoy things, right? But you know, in these communities, you're probably going to be thinking about it more and talking about it more than that, and you know, people like Alexander thinks a lot about his rankings for his favorites in media and stuff, you know, and you know, it's just, you know, and that needs a level of like determining like what your taste is in things, and what things do you like, what things are you interested in, you know, and you know, what we call critique is a way of doing that. So missed. But yeah, I don't know. I need to read more personally, because these are all ideas that I'm sure someone else has written on, and I just need to get more theory under my belt, if that makes sense. In general, is that another crystal? Sweet. Water crystal, it looks like. More magic that I can't cast because I don't have a way to regenerate my magic yet. Or maybe is that an empty crystal? Or is it light or something? Because it didn't look like it had anything in it. Oh, it just, oh. It's like it raises, so it'll raise my stats and also give me a recovery. That's cool. Yeah, there is catharsis, especially when you come to that realization. You know, I think, and you're just like, oh, I think one example for me is I watched Violet Evergarden and liked it, but then when I rewatched it, I had a better understanding of my tastes. So I go like, oh, you know, broken person who doesn't understand emotions, trying to, figuring out what they can, like how to be a person, basically, is like that, and that sort of like existential story. Like I know I've known that I like those kind of stories, but then rewatching Violet Evergarden, it's like, oh yeah, no, I really like these kind of stories, and here's like a really good one, and another example. So yeah. Um, it's more about me thinking the worth of talking about. Oh no, hold on. There's other comments that I might have passed. I feel like your videos are closer to ideal critiques in the exploration sense. Okay, yeah, I get, yeah, expedite or critique as exploration. Yeah. I feel like maybe, yeah, I don't know, want to commit and say like, yes, my videos are critiques because they are like analyses of certain ideas, right? And like, you know, like I'm examining this one idea and showing how realized it is in the work, right? And arguing for that point. So, you know, um, it's, yeah, like I'm not talking about like every single detail. Like, I'm not going, yeah, but the One Piece anime doesn't look that good though. um, you know. So I don't know. Again, I think even my idea of what critique is might be warped by just internet discourse, and that's part of what I need to examine and solidify by doing more reading of books. And then yeah, no, that there was, I mean, this was back in the day. What had a thread that was like, imagine if people talked about Shakespeare like they talked about Battle Shonen, because it's like, yeah. I remember even noticing, like, I my reply on that, because we read Macbeth in community college, and I noticed that so because there's the poisoned sword and no, not Macbeth, Hamlet, sorry. Who was there was like a character, the character he dueled with at the end before like everyone died, or what, during that point when everyone was dying. He so I've already done the North Gate, so I guess it's time for the South Gate. Like, because yeah, the rival character had the poisoned sword, and Hamlet got stabbed, and then Hamlet turned the sword on his rival character and killed him. And then the rival died from the poison. And I remember making the joke about like, oh, isn't it funny that Hamlet was poisoned first, but the sword would have had more poison on at that point, but the rival character died first. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, like you said, people aren't talking about that because it's, or even Crime and Punishment, the translation even had a note of like, just like, yeah, the author made a mistake with the time of day here, because earlier in this chapter it was evening and now it's morning, and there's no reason to think that like night passed or whatever, or something like that. But it's like, does that take away any of the interesting points people have to say about Crime and Punishment? It's like humans make mistakes. Or my English teacher, I forget the book, but she mentioned she finding like a really old printing at like that for research. She had to go to the library, and like she couldn't directly touch the book. She had to do it through like a glass case with gloves because the book was so old. And she found a possible error, and it was in the original as well. Just yeah, errors happen, but and yeah, you talk MHA and you no, not Hamlet's uncle. There was a younger character, because yeah, that was the Claudius was the king. He wasn't dueling the king, even though the king also died. Okay, so I can't. Yeah, I think there's I guess there's not much over here. Yeah, it's just these two doors. Okay. Well, that's a little awkward that I can't go this way, but okay. Now, where do I go? Because I need another keystone for the bridge. The forest didn't seem to have much there. I mean, there was a whole ass maze that I was not able to fully explore, I don't think, so I guess I'll tackle that again and see if I can't find anything else there. In this back part of this area. Not where I'm, well, yeah, this area, I guess. I suppose from a perfect angle. Yeah, I mean, I feel like as long as you get across your thoughts and they're like well reasoned enough and honest, and because people have critiques about One Piece, and a lot of them, and there's ones that I just go like, yeah, I understand if you have a problem with that, like the character's not dying thing, like, I might think some people might harp on about it too much, but it's like, um, if that's their emotional response, then like I can't say they're wrong. Like, because I don't know, because I don't have that strong emotional response, I guess. Like like I'm not reading like when in Wano when Kinemon got hit by Kaido, I legitimately did not wasn't sitting there like, oh my god, is Kinemon dead? Because people were like, pointing out the art. It's like, oh, it looks like it got smashed in half. And then it's like, oh, oh, I wasn't completely put back together from when Law cut me in two, and so it's Haspel, he's just not killing off characters. Like, I sure, okay, if you want to be angry about that, whatever. I read it. I literally at no point thought, oh my god, Kinemon's dead. Like, and it's not even just like a level of like, yeah, Oda's lying to the audience. It's just like, it doesn't narratively make sense for him to die here anyway. So I don't know. Like, yeah, I just don't get it, I guess. Okay, I've been in this room. So yeah, there's a. I wonder if there's no way to get these. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something with these statues because they're just standing there. Because this one has a crystal too, but he's just. This one breathes fire through the crystal. The other ones don't. And I don't get that. Okay, well, don't get it. New Londo and Dark Souls. Yeah, maybe. It's got it needs more water and ghosts, but yeah. I'm trying. Does it remind me of a? I feel like I was reminded of a place. A Souls place earlier, but I forget what it was, or where it was. That's just where I went. I just went in that room. Dwarf, get your shit together. I've already been streaming for an hour? What the fuck? I was like, I think I made some progress, and it's like, no, I'm still in the same place after an hour. This isn't progress at all. I've already been here too. I missed. And I got poisoned. Great. Oh, and I'm almost at antidotes. Great. Anyway, I have not read Taming of the Shrew, but, I don't know, because, yeah, I think it's just, like, even a lot of forms of critique are sort of just, like, expressions of taste, in a sense, in that, like, like the Bechdel test, for example, where I always bring that up because it's, like, it doesn't really have anything to do with whether or not the female characters are good, but whether it just more notes the relative focus on them, which is still important to note in the context of like, because it was discussing action movies and like, oh yeah, I came this way already, like, cause that was it was developed for where it's like, how many times in an action movie do the female characters talk to each other and not like there in all these action movies that are really popular, there's like basically no representation of female bonds or women having meaningful relationships that aren't with male characters, basically, right? And that's something to take note of, but it's like, this is obviously not a really good like, it's a bit different in a movie where there's like a lot of there's 90 minutes to 90 to 120 minutes to get it across an entire story, and versus like trying to apply that to like a long-running battle shonen where it's like yeah, the character, like, I remember this coming up in Fairy Tail because it's like, specifically when I was talking about how not good the characters of Fairy Tail are for dumb reasons that anyway, the point more being is that like, whether it passes the Bechdel test doesn't, or doesn't really reflect on its characters, or I brought up, I always think about Ashita no Joe, where it's like, there's two major female characters in Ashita no Joe, Noriko and Yoko. They never talk to each other. But like, or no, there's Sachi as well. I don't even remember her talking to either of them. Like, not, at least not having a conversation. Maybe she yells at Yoko, but like, or Noriko scolds her once or whatever, because she's a child. But I don't remember them like talking, So it's like, but like, I still think Yoko's like a really good and interesting character, even if again she has no bonds or connection. Like, yeah, her primary thing is that like she's in love with Rikishi and Joe, and she doesn't have any bonds with any other female characters, so it's like she's quote unquote a bad female character because she fails the Bechdel test. It's like, no, that's not really a good way to, unless you really like if you like stories for the bonds between female characters, or women having more in that case, then yeah, Ashinojo probably isn't going to do much for you because most of the leading cast is guys, right? Like you're already primed to not like it from general, and the Bechdel test just like quantifies that personal preference, I guess. Which isn't a bad thing, I get, and for sure. It's just a matter of like how these systems are applied, basically, right? Especially when they're oftentimes based on, like, I don't know. I feel like they're more subjective judgments, not necessarily like but treated as if they're more than that, which is not really helpful or conducive. So anyway, so yeah, one day I'll read more things and have a better idea of all that. I've just been here again. Honestly, I don't even know how to get back to that forest area that I was in, because I just realized that I can use Earth Heal, and then refill my magic, so that way I can just refill both health and magic. But so yeah, because the door up top here won't open. The door with the oh, that guy was he there before? Oh shit. Ah, what is hitting me? What did I walk into? Oh, there's two of you, okay. Okay, the commentary on trends, right? Yeah, exactly, but just because something is designed for something doesn't mean that people don't use it for, because they don't do the reading, they just take the pop ideas and then they apply the idea as if it's good criticism when it might not necessarily be that. Or like, the hero's journey, right, where it's like, it was just like, hey, it's kind of neat that these old stories have similar structures, but then it's like every story, everything ever has this structure, and it's like, I don't think that's true. When does Luffy refuse the call? He always, like, I guess you could argue in the flashback when he's like, but it's not like he doesn't want to go on his journey. It's that Shanks won't, like, he realizes that it's not really, like, he can't get. Like, that's not really refusal, but it's like, they have to bend it so much to fit the, every story that it's like, well, is it even recognizable anymore? Okay, this is just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't understand it because I haven't read that book. But, in the original comic, the character that says it is they haven't been able to see a movie in 10 years. Oh, unfortunate. Huh. I thought it was a way to critique action movies, not I don't know about a comic. Anyway, because yeah, I haven't done much reading because I'm trying to like come up with like a way, I don't know, to include more academic reading, but I also want to do more Japanese stuff. So I'm just like, using my time is hard. Like even today, I feel like I did pretty good as far as like spending my time on doing stuff, but at the same time, I'm also like, oh well, I didn't do this today yet, and I haven't done that today yet because of the and I've got this, the stream going, and after the stream, it'll be like an hour before I go to work. So it's like, well, like, and yesterday I quote unquote finished everything, but I didn't actually play Animal Crossing. I just sort of went in there, watered my red turnip, and left. And I'm lost to shit. Oh, is there a spider on the ground? Yeah, I was like, why can't I move? There doesn't seem to be anything in my way. Yes, there is. There's just a giant spider in the way. At least I'm getting experience and stuff, because yeah, ow. Sorry, I'm not talking for a second because I guess I'm tired for talking so much for a minute there, so I'll chill for a second. Breathe, get some water. Okay, well, we're back here at least. Where the fuck was that? Forest area, because maybe there's something in the forest area that I missed. I have finished MHA. I've read the manga. I just haven't given it a full read through, I guess. In a while, like I've read every chapter. And I've seen one season of the anime, so I guess that's what matters. But yeah. So you can talk about it. I don't know much about the criticism, but at least I don't feel like I had any significant problems reading it weekly. But you know, that's not exactly the most what's it called? In-depth way to read it. Oh, here we go. I think I found it. Yeah, it was up here, so I can at least heal my magic and stuff, but yeah, I don't think I've actually heard too many of the criticisms. The only one I can think I remember is a statement more about how it doesn't really like with the critique the system thing. It doesn't really go enough into that, but which is yeah, sure. I don't know. I'm not sure what you were expecting. I guess. Like overthrow the government. Like it's a superhero story, which I have been thinking about superheroes in general. Because I have an idea for a story that I might write, and I was just having some thoughts on it. But that doesn't necessarily apply to MHA. Okay, so there's this. No, there. Okay, I thought there. Okay, so yeah, the path. Okay, I thought so. All right. I thought that I remember seeing like a path, but then it's just the one I just came down. Oh no, there is a path over here. Oh, there is. I didn't go this way. I don't think. Okay, no, that's wait. I did go that way because I killed that guy. But what was down there? Did I think that was where I came from, maybe? And this is a sealed door. Oh, no, this is where I saved. No, this is where I teleport to. Never mind. And the chests that I couldn't open, that's right. Okay. I'm remembering things. Why can't I use this spell? Huh. Weird. Do I have to not have magic equipped? Why can't I use it? I have the MP. Oh, that's why. Because my bar wasn't filled. Joy. Yep. Okay. I'll read your comment in a second. I'm just gonna. I think I'm full now. Yeah, I'm full on health. Okay. All right. There's serum. Yeah, I think Mathwis has a hydrate thing. Yeah, I personally haven't given. I don't know. like I just read it weekly, and I definitely feel like there's more for me to dig into with the villains and the way they were handled, but I don't really have any conclusions on that right now. Because I guess like, obviously heroes save people, and the villains like, I mean maybe it's more of a, it's supposed to be more of like a Kimetsu no Yaiba thing where like their spirits were saved in a sense, but with Kimetsu no Yaiba there's the reincarnation stuff, and that's not the case with MHA, so maybe that's not really a suitable. Because yeah, she was talking about going deeper into the forest, but I can't seem to do that for food. Yeah. Okay. Um. Well, for that point, it's like, I mean, I would imagine that just there being more court counseling would help people who, like Toga, who weren't able to get the help. Like, just there being more help for people who don't have it or can't get it, So it's not like it's a problem that people already like hypothetically, because it's such an individual problem that would imagine it's more of a, I don't know, from the way I don't even remember that part honestly. Um, just I don't know. That was just a thought I had in regards to like how could more court counseling help people? It's like there being more court counseling or just there being more assistance in general. That seems like something that would help people. Like it's not necessarily like how much does Uraraka know? It's more like, does her beating up criminals? Okay, I haven't been in this place before. Like there being other routes to helping people than just like superhero stuff, I guess. Like with Deku being a teacher, I believe that makes sense in regards to that as well. Because and then I don't know, because I don't know. I always think about with the like that I wonder, I don't know, maybe people aren't focusing on enough in regards to like the fact, I don't know, because like, okay, I guess here's a question, is like, so in like the second to last chapter, the old lady, because there was the guy who's like, this guy's obviously meant to be like Shigaraki. It's in that he's going down a very dark road, but this old lady reached out a hand to help him. So it's like yeah, like Deku being this inspirational, and bringing all these heroes together, and I don't know, him, something about the way he operated was able to inspire, because with All Might is he was great, but he was the only one who was great, where with Deku he's not the only one who's great. He like that, as the manga ends, like they're all the greatest hero, right? So like, which I guess like that's like, yeah, the reason why the old lady who would have lived through All Might being a hero was able to like do something here that she maybe didn't before, was no one was able to do for Shigaraki. Is like, with how things were before, it's like heroes were heroes and they did the heroism and everyone else just kind of like lived as normal. Where I'm just kind of like spitballing based on like my vague recollection of the series. I haven't read since it ended, and haven't gone through a second time since I watched the anime on the Weeb Club. So if it's something I say is a little spotty, I apologize. But so I guess like, yeah, if Deku, Deku and Naraka both in like, yeah, they still do hero stuff as seen in the end. Like they're both still superheroes, but they also have found other ways, like not do more than just that, which I don't know what. Because I guess like think about to the series, it's like the Hero Association, like what it generally did was just like propagate itself in a sense. Like there was focus on popularity and posing. Like I'm thinking about to the school, and it's like saving people. Like I guess an equivalent for like America would be like cops spending like hundreds and hundreds of hours on firing practice and like 8 hours on conflict resolution. Like the focus is on the violence and the public perception and not actually helping people, I guess. And that would have been I guess it's something that changed. It was part of gotcha, okay. Part of Toga's trauma, okay. See, I forgot about that part, because I remember her being bullied for her, in her quirk, and just not being able to manage it, and just, developing her problems because of that. And then Uraraka, like, as a hero, like, yeah, she kind of, doesn't know how to, she could not save this person. Well, again, she kind of saved her soul in a sense, because Toga literally, like, decided to save Uraraka's life, right? So, but again, I'm kind of spotty on that because it's like, I read that fight a while ago. Couldn't break it down for you fully. These guys are, there's a lot of these guys. Oh, fuck. They're nasty, too. I can't dodge their shit at all. Um, oh, sorry. I heard you talking about the things I was talking about, but I don't know when they came about relatives because I was just playing and talking based on memory. So I don't know. That's kind of like what I am vaguely recollecting and kind of piecing together because I kind of never. My problem with weekly manga, and one thing I think I want to try and be better about is like I kind of just like especially for manga because I was reading I was reading like 100 of them at one point, even if all of them weren't getting regular updates. And so what would happen is I just like read a chapter and then I'd put it down and then I wouldn't think about that manga again. So I think when I get back into reading manga, or rather when I'm reading Japanese well enough to keep up with multiple manga ongoing and not just like One Piece, I think I want to kind of like make sure I'm engaging with them more, like so that I don't forget these details, like, and I can actually have conversations about them while they're ongoing better. Because I also just wasn't super into MHA, but see, even though I say like, oh yeah, Deku made other people like realize that they could be heroes too, because like, which is like, the fact that he was a normal person who All Might recognized and gave him the opportunity to be a hero even though he didn't have a quirk, right? So like, yeah, because everyone could be a hero is kind of like the message there, right? Sweet, cool, better armor, I'll take it. Okay, so yeah, basically the port concept was about putting a mask to be considered normal until she could. Oh, so yeah, it wasn't. Oh, I brought up the old lady before. Okay, so that's what I thought, but I wasn't totally sure. I just assumed that because I was just talking. But oh, my controller's freaking out. Oh, did I get it? Do I have multiple of these? I don't understand. I thought I used it on the bridge. Oh, that one's bigger. So yeah, basically, yeah, because that's the part I always remember where I feel like people aren't giving that enough attention, because for me it was really important it felt really important in regards to like the ending of the series, because it's like, here's this Shigaraki wasn't able to be saved because heroes didn't save him, and here's this old lady doing something that no one was able to do for Shigaraki, no one was able to do for all these other villain characters, and just a little random little old lady on the street, just reaching out her hand to someone nearby who needed it, right? And like, that's something that should be a small gesture, is actually, like, honestly think about it, it's really difficult. Like, I run into homeless people, but I don't know how many people I've run into are like one bad day away from like shooting up a school or something, but like, how hard is it to just not be to help some, it's, maybe that is a little very difficult. So I don't know, just personal association there. I don't know. That said, I will say, Mathwiz has she rewatched MHA and I believe she finished the manga, or she's been reading the manga as well, and she still loves it a lot. So she actually talked about maybe doing a video on it, which I think would be fucking awesome. But it might also be preceded by a Nensho reread of the MHA. So just if it happens, it might happen. And it doesn't seem to be anything here. So yeah, there's definitely like areas where I'm not totally sure on in regards to that, because it's like I guess what I'm comparing. I remember the ending decently enough, parts of it at least, like the big parts of it, and I remember the series earlier on, and so like a lot of my readings there were like just contrasting, like, okay, how is the Hero Association different, or Hero Association, I don't remember what it's called. Maybe I'm mixing up with Hunter Association. Like, how are they at the start of the series versus how are they at the end of the series, and like, oh yeah, there's some contrast there, and then like, okay, maybe it was like this, but like, how did Deku change that mindset? Like that, I don't know, because yeah, he fought All For One and Shigaraki and stuff, but I know people were cheering him on as a hero, but I only partly remember those scenes, so Shigaraki and Toga would live, and Toga would help her rock herself court counseling. Yeah, see, I definitely think, like, yeah, like, if, hero, I mean, I don't know, because, like, the idealist message would be that, yes, heroes can save everyone, but then the unfortunate reality that they was showed is that, like, no, these people could not be saved, like, these people were antithetical to society they come from, which is definitely bitter. But it's like, I don't know. I had to think about that a bit more because like, um, because I don't know, because I guess like think about Naruto and Kimetsu no Yaiba for example, which also have these helping, because with Kimetsu no Yaiba, it's sort of, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but basically because it has the monster characters who have all given up their humanity and are using that, like doing very like evil and bad things, various evil and bad things, where the main character sort of understands them and he does kill them, but I do, there's a level of, I wouldn't say he's saving their souls necessarily, but they're getting opportunities to potentially like be better people in future lives. And the other thing with the main characters is that they become closer to the demons with their great power, but they also like can't cross the line to becoming demons, which I think is best exemplified in one of the antagonists in the final arc, who was a former demon slayer, and he's very much like he sought more power. And oh god, there's a part in that fight that's so good. Okay, yeah, you have read it, good. Where it's like, he sees his reflection and he's like, "Is this a samurai that I dreamed of becoming?" And it's like, fuck! I love that moment. And it's just like, so yeah, the demon slayers are able to fight the demons and do so while maintaining their humanity, while is this? That looks, no, he's walking across it, so it shouldn't be deadly, right? Okay, but it is slowing me down. That sucks. I hope there's nothing behind me that's trying to get me. So I guess like, so they don't save the demons in the sense of like they help their souls, but there's also like the reincarnation element that is mostly introduced in the last chapter. That kills my main strategy for fighting these guys. I got stuck in a corner. And then with Naruto, obviously, it's like there's I feel like, because with Naruto and Sasuke's respective journeys, like Naruto, again, he saves their soul. He doesn't save their lives, right? We see Nagato Pain, with Edo Tensei, and he's like, he's actively working against Kobe and Kabuto, right? Even though he was working with Toga before as Akatsuki, and of course, but he does save Sasuke's life. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. That looks like something. I'm just waiting for these branches to go beta chaos and just. Okay, so is this what I was looking for? Of course, no, it's not that. Forest to do. Oh, this is the food. Okay. This is what I was here for. So now I can run back. Run back! And these little fucking badgers are like the more. I mean, I guess they are badgers, huh? Violent little monsters. This is not the right way, is it? Yeah, this is the dead end. Okay, so yeah, dude. Okay, now I understand what those dew pedestals were. Luckily, they don't seem to mind you too much as long as you don't attack them, maybe? Or get too close to them? I don't know. I'm just gonna avoid them and pray. Just don't get in front of them. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yay, progress. Then they got survived and she killed, that was the sniper lady, right? Because with Land of Waves, it's like, yeah, well, because I think, well, because the thing with the characters, because obviously Sasuke is, he doesn't save the characters that he fights, but rather they meet the end point of their ideals. But so like with Land of Waves, I would say Haku doesn't really get saved because he just gets killed by he dies because of Kakashi, right? And because he also of his, well, more like the contradiction, or they don't meet they meet the end point because of their contradiction, right? Because with Haku, it's like, I'm the perfect ninja tool, but also dies for Zabuza, who he cares about, and is the only primary reason he's acting as a ninja tool, right? where Zabuza's the one who Naruto saves. But like again, he dies, but you know, his last act is literally to save the land of waves. Like Naruto and Kakashi and them Team 7 literally, they're not the ones who literally like save the country. It's technically Zabuza. He's the one who kills Gato. He's the one who ends the conflict, right? Um you know, so okay, now Gaunt's the sniper lady. Yeah, well, I guess it's like, I don't know. Well, so you bring up character death again did actually make me think of something. Because I believe you're also familiar with Sword Art Online. I mostly remember this one comment by Frog Kun, who she's the ANN writer, and she talked about because there's the sexual assault stuff in SAO, which is definitely kind of not good at all, often. But even the one that I guess I technically think is the best, I get in quotation marks there. God, that could be taken very badly. I'm sorry. I just maybe should watch my words more carefully. The scene I found the most interesting, let's say that way, was the one in Alsatian with Yu-Gi-Oh, where he is forced to witness his literal friends being assaulted, and he breaks the limit on his like the inbuilt limits to the actions, like the laws basically, because they're literally not physically allowed to harm other people, which is basically the way of creating a world without war, ideally. So you know, he breaks that, he loses his eye, and he fucking kills the piece of shit noble guy. And part of me is like, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen. Okay, so I have to give it to her. Okay. But then Frog had a fair point, I think, where okay, so I do have to feed him. I tried. But you know, where it's like the issue with that scene is, or an issue with that scene rather, is that like the focus of the I forget what the two girl characters were. I forget what their names were. Why can't I? Do I need a fucking staircase to feed it to him? Like, do I have to put it somewhere? Like, no, it wouldn't be there. Oh, hello. There's another one here. I didn't even see this guy. Maybe I use it on the key like it. So anyway, where it's like, anyway, I forget her name, but it's like the scene involves her getting assaulted, but the focus isn't really on her at all. Like the focus is, it's for Yu-Gi-Oh. It's on Yu-Gi-Oh's emotions. It's on it's his moment. It's you know, and that's something I just have come to start trying to think about more. And like I kind of bring up like some examples I brought up in the Code Geass discussion on In the Den, or oh, there now. Okay, apparently I didn't do it close enough to his crotch. I don't know why that only just worked out. I don't know who's just listening and not watching the stream, but hopefully that's motivation to maybe watch for a second to understand what I'm talking about. I don't know why that didn't work until just then, but anyway. So I guess like I just try to think about, because it's like, I guess what you can argue is like the use it on this. No, we're good. Sorry. Oh yes. Say if you guys got stream delay maybe. Okay. Well, so his last act was to open the door so I can proceed in the game. Cool. So I guess one thing, yeah, I try to think about is like, so like to think of it, the scene from that angle is like the female character who Yujo's friends with, who he cares about, like her feelings about herself being assaulted, like everything in the scene happening with her as a victim, but she doesn't matter to it. Like her own thoughts and feelings are secondary, or at best, to Yu-Gi-Oh's, right? Yu-Gi-Oh is the main, you know, he's the one who the scene is for, basically. Like, and how I've sort of come to think about it from there on is like, so the other example I thought that I then thought about was, oh fuck, there's another one. What? Are they all alive? Oh, you guys weren't all alive before. Fuck that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna go, maybe heal, or no, this is just deeper into the dungeon. So in, there's the infamous scene in Code Geass with the Euphemia, where, Lelouch uses his Geass on her, and she kills a bunch of guys, and starts an international incident, that has rippling effects on the entire series. But again, and how I ended up like thinking about it was, oh wait, that's how they can hit each other. So that means I can just wait until you die. Ah! Ow, fuck. This is gonna. I need to go heal. This is bad. I need to enter this place with a better mindset, because that was. And I also, my healing is almost gone, and I can't Pokemon Center this. I can't just run back to restore my magic. I think I need to go. Oh no, but it's backtracking is so hard from here. Like I have to go back through the dungeon with the bridges, the new Londo, and well, because I think she mentioned something about in here about a where did I come from? I came from here, right? Yeah, no, I did not come from here. What is this? I can get a potion now. Another reason to go back. So with Euphemia, it's like Lelouch, uses their Gyos on her, and but again, I remember like my issue with that scene is less like how contrived it was or whatever. People tend to have issues with it. I actually had more of an issue with that scene because I felt as though does that scene complete? Does her death complete Euphemia's character? It would be my question, I guess. And I forget. I don't know if I quite came to an answer then, but like that's just how I try to think about these. I'll go back to Toga eventually. I'm sorry. And Nagant. Well, actually, let me finish. Hold on. Killing the Okay, yeah. Again, because I haven't fully unpacked I know I remember Nagant's character a bit, but I can't explain her arc, and so I'm not gonna, with Toga I kind of remember, but even then I only partly remember. So I'm just trying to use other characters to explain, I guess, like how I try to think of like character death and stuff, or rather in this case, like how characters are, because characters are sometimes used for others, I suppose, like minor characters in particular. Okay, so this one's not awake. Okay, this one is though. Okay, so like I don't remember if I came to a good answer, but basically it's like, yeah, so Euphemia's character is used for Lelouch, it's used for Suzaku, it's used for the setting as a whole, but, again, is her character arc completed by being mind-controlled by Lelouch into killing a bunch of Japanese people, right? Like, because other characters carry on her will, I suppose, but, is her story fulfilling, I suppose is the question, right? Because obviously, like, to use Austin and Joe's example, well, even if Joe dies at the end, which isn't my personal interpretation, but like you can still argue that his death is fulfilling, right? Or that his death makes the story narratively fulfilling, right? Even if that might not be satisfying for everyone, it's like there's something that's accomplished here, I guess, by the way that this story is presented. And so going back to Toga and Nagant, it's like, so with Toga, it's like, yes, her death affects Uraraka, which then in turn leads to her, like, again, focusing on court counseling, fixing this area, or working to fix this area and make it better where it failed Toga before and led to this villain, right? But does that necessarily mean Toga's story is fulfilling, I guess, in that way? Like, because she did, she loved Uraraka, and she, literally gave her life. I walked in right into that one. I just saved, thank God. Not maybe before. I think I saved right before giving the dude to the golem. All right, but I have to do push-ups. Oh, at least it's my first death this time, and you know what? I'll have a first death 20 minutes before I'm hoping to end the stream. You know what? That's pretty good. All right, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I've done push-ups today already. So my arms are already hurting. Okay. Okay. I'm not dead. I'm alive. Okay, so firstly, I need to put the force do. Is this the right way? Yeah. Good thing I saved. Holy shit. I would not want to have done that much stuff again. Into the crotch with the force do. Oh no, yeah, I have to do them too. Sad. Wait, that didn't work. Oh no, it did work. Okay. Yeah, sorry, give me a second to kind of catch up to where I was, which won't take that long. King's Throne. Oh, the Power of Passage, that's what I was looking for. Oh, the five wands, are those the, Yes. Because I've placed the red guidestone already, and then I have the blue one just here, so, it's just a matter of finding the other ones. Okay, and I'll go get the crystal vial. I'll save again. Oh no, I understand, because like my thing with that Euphemia scene is that it's like it's hard to buy. I personally bought it, but you know, that's I talked about it on the podcast. I don't know that, and that's like tertiary to the what I'm trying to get at, I guess, or bring up. So but yeah, that's how I try to think of character death is so I guess with you know, so yeah, if Toga's death doesn't complete Toga's character for you, like that's perfectly fine, I think, to feel. You know, especially because like, you know, Toga's death being used for, you know, like Uraraka's character is one thing, but does that necessarily mean that it makes Toga's story better, I guess. Hopefully that got across. And Toga saves Otsuka. Oh, if you save Toga, okay. That's true. That would be another way, or you know, I honestly don't have any takeaways about Hawks in the final arc. So sorry, I don't have much to add there. But yeah, I don't know. I'll maybe I imagine if we do an MHA and Nensho, you will be there. So you know, maybe I'll try to keep that in mind for when I revisit the series eventually. Because if not for the Nensho, then I'll be reading it in Japanese. So yeah. Anywho, let's do a bit more dungeon delving, and then we can zoom out, especially if we find the blue wand. Because then I can just teleport right back at any time to a spot that I could heal at with the spring, because I could use Earth Heal and just yeah. Okay, no, see, I feel like with these games, there's a point where like your character just starts getting stronger. Like with Eternal Ring, you know, it was like getting enough spells and rings to make the spells good as well. So I'm just waiting for that for me to hit that point here. Thanks for understanding. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, you're a I want to engage with you as best I can. Your discussion, I think, I don't know, definitely offered a good discussion. I just walked right into that. Again, I'm awful at dodging these things, apparently. But yeah, at least as best I can with my limited grasp of MHA. Come on. Ah, Jesus Christ, the range. Yes, turn around for me. Yes, spin in circles. Like, what are you doing, bro? What was that? Oh, you didn't even drop anything? Oh well, I've only got experience. Yeah, okay, if they don't have vertical... So, okay, these guys are really dangerous, but very weak because they have, like, long range with their weapon, but they can only attack in front of them. So, these guys are rooks. No diagonals for you. Ow, fuck. I say that and then I got my ass handed to me. That's very funny. Yeah, of course. Thank you for offering interesting questions for me to find something to talk about in the stream, which I always need. Like, that definitely is, I think, because I definitely think that's a big part of why I found this stream to go by quicker, because I have to use my fucking healing water already. Shit. I saw something in there. Ow, fuck. Whoa. These guys are very specifically difficult when there's two of them together. Ah. I have no healing. Ah. God damn it. Ah. I'm probably gonna... how did that hit me? I thought it was clear. Talk about it on like this was... Yeah, no, I definitely think I definitely agree that people can be more combative, where it's like, I remember I was in a call with someone and they were sharing their issues with One Piece and why they kind of fell out of love with it, and someone else who likes One Piece a lot was in call with me, and I there weren't points to be rebuked. I was like, yeah, that's fair. Oh no, yeah, I understand, that makes sense. And the other person ended up just leaving the call of frustration because they were like, why aren't you arguing against it? And I'm like, why do I need it? They're not saying anything wrong. You know? You know, I just think did I just kill them both with the same attack? That's sick. So yeah, I just don't, it's not really, like, again, trying to win, discussing things online because you want to win the argument is a shitty way to discuss things online, right? Like, I just prefer the discussion as a means to further understanding, right? And that's why I honestly tend not to engage with a lot of people online, because they're not actually interested in further understanding. They're interested in like maintaining their own viewpoints and feeling superior to others, and I ain't about that. Like, that doesn't interest me. Why is it's really dark here? And this ain't Shadow Tower. I don't have light sources. I can't see a thing. Oh, it hurts my eyes to strain. And like, I mean, like, I can only look at the bottom of the screen basically until something spooky comes at me. Oh yeah, this is rough. Okay, so there's just that one thing in the middle of the room, I guess. Yeah, this torch of light. Oh, can I maybe light it on fire? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. That's kind of spooky. I like that. That's effective. Okay, so it teaches. See, this is a really good room. Okay, no threat. Just the only thing to interact with in this room is a torch. So now it's teaching me how to use the torches of light. But then my reward for figuring out is a fucking spooky ass ceiling that I couldn't see. Like, it doesn't look. Oh, that's. This is probably. I think this is the best. Gonna be the best. Maybe Abyss, Shadow Tower Abyss will be better, but this is the best one so far. Like, I already like Kingsfield 3, and this game is just like This game is cool. Okay. Like, I mean, part of me would also prefer the combat to be a little bit faster, or the run button, or give me more cool magic, please. I'm spoiled by Eternal Ring, but no, I'm still. This is good. Um, yes, that's exactly what it is. Well, okay, okay. Rather, why would OJ Simpson enter my consciousness? That's because of Legends of Evantris, which is it's just that they play D&D and online, but mostly they use it as a means of really, really funny improv comedy. And in one of their games called Dimwood, which is it takes place in sort of like a woodland fantasy setting where the like the characters are all they're still D&D races, but they're reflavored to be like animals. So for example, like one of the characters, he's a or he's a pug, but he has this stats of a dwarf basically. Um, wait. Oh my god. Oh my god, I've gotten like way better weapons and not using them at all. Holy shit. I've just been stuck on the carver. And I was gonna and it's to the point that distracted me because I was gonna use the bow to kill this guy. But anyway, so at one point the joke the DM was doing was oh, okay, well, never mind. He's just gonna die eventually. Unfortunate. Oh yeah, okay, good. That Tanya is familiar with it. Okay, and yeah, they were basically oh no, oh no, these guys are gonna pincushion me. Oh no, just go. No, I got stuck on the fucking wall. Okay. I want to play a little bit more, but also maybe call. But yeah, basically what he was naming he was like taking celebrity, like he had a character who was like a lizard, and he was naming celebrities, but he was like twisting them into like animal puns, and but he was and so he did one where it's like that was colder than a night at Blue Jay Simpson's house. And thus that gets rough. Let me do the push-ups real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. And that led to them doing some jokes off of that. And they came up later when he introduced a corrupt lawyer character, and he's like, I may have gotten a murder or two off. And it's like, did you actually get murders off? And it's like, well, or did they actually do the murders? And it's like, well, that's a matter of opinion. But I will say, Blue Jay Simpson rewarded me quite handsomely for my services, or something like that. It's just, so I just thought about that, and I was like trying to figure out, like, how do I have to get this key in, or the key didn't work. The keystone didn't work for that bridge, so I had to go around clearly. But yeah, so I just thought about that while I was trying to come up with a title. And yeah, no, The Girl on the Loose is classic. I've only watched the one shots. I haven't watched their full no, I have watched the Dimwood campaign, but not their other campaigns yet, because they're like 60 episodes, and I'm also trying to watch Critical Role, and also trying to like do Japanese immersion learning. So it's like I always have something to listen to, and I was watching some YouTube for a little bit, so it's like always something to watch. But yeah, they're very fucking funny. So yeah, these guys didn't give me much. I'm gonna ignore them. Because yeah, I'm more interested in yeah, I did this room already. Because they don't drop gold, so it's like, why bother? They're just dangerous. Why expend the resources for areas I've already explored? Sorry, focusing on that. Oh no, yeah, Shuchuru I think is the I think of it as the main animator because he tends to do the most of them. Even just the shorts I've watched probably all the ones that aren't ads. I've watched like almost all their shorts. I do enjoy me some Legends of Evantris. I don't know why I'm doing this. I missed anyway. Wasted magic. Um, there we go. Yeah, spooky. Yeah, there wasn't any. Maybe there's something I get for keeping that light, but yeah, I didn't realize I was going the wrong way. I may or may not check every single day for because they don't upload shorts every day, but they upload them often, and I may or may not check every day just because they're funny, and I've watched a lot of Legends of Adventures. Let's say that. That's where I came in from, so I'm gonna go this way. I guess I'm gonna go the same way. If I die at this, I think, yeah, if I die, I'm just gonna call it because we're getting close to my time, but okay, we made it through. That's good. Oh yeah, I could change my equipment real quick because I still have the forest carver. Yeah, this is just a regular knife. The fire carver is better, and it has fire attributes. So, oh yeah, more home. That's so much better. Yeah, that's better. Oh, did you see that Tumblr post about a guy with 2 dads and 2 moms? No, that is not familiar to me. What have I been doing? Yeah, there's a lot of good equipment I've been picking up and just ignoring apparently. Yeah, that you'll have to explain that one to me because I don't really. Or maybe I'll find it sometime. Oh, empty you say. A skeleton's definitely gonna pop out of one of these. That's how it works. Ooh, oh, is that an earth carver? So now I have my full. I just need my water carver, and then I'll have my full Pokemon set. I guess light carver and dark carver. Ooh, key. I don't know where to check keys because I found a key before, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Oh wait, there it is. Okay, so I do that. Okay, so I now can open the priest stores. I thought, oh, never mind. I had the expedition key. I thought I remember I ran into an engineer's store. That's right. Oh wait. Oh. Oh. I think this room. I'm trapped. Hold on. Okay, made it through. Okay. So I bet like maybe this last one. Yeah, that one is probably trapped, so that it opens the Okay. Unfortunate. And they're strong too, because I have a really good weapon. Oh, you little bitch. Okay. Okay, well, I do not have the time to fight all these guys, and I also still have to run through the here, so I'm just gonna do that. And then I think I'm gonna go upstairs, heal, and call the stream there. So yeah, okay. Basically I saw uninsured participant there. Oh, that's okay, interesting. Oh damn, all right. Huh. Well, that's how we end off the stream. Talking about someone post about someone who has yeah, 4 parents. Interesting. Not that I have much to say without reading it, but okay, yeah, that would definitely oh. Okay, gotcha. Oh, nice. That does sound like a sitcom premise. Okay, cool. So I looks I've done the bottom. I've now done the bottom layer of this new dungeon area. So that's nice. I got a key which I can take back to the um. Oh wait, actually, ooh, I know I'm gonna. Well, I will do one thing before I call it, because I got the priest key. So I should, because there was a priest's door in that other previous dungeon, and there was a priest chest, engineer's chest. Yeah, I had the expedition chest. Yes, I got a yummy treat. Black eye. Okay, so okay, so I basically need to get the 4 keys, probably, and then I need to get that'll give me the eyes, I guess, or maybe there's other treasures in there. But okay, I got a black eye, and no one even had to punch me for it. Okay, all right, let me. Okay, doke. Yeah, all right. That will do it. I don't have to save on stream, but I'll just head there. So yeah, Giants from. Oh yeah, I guess so, huh? Man. Oh yeah, God, I'm definitely looking forward to playing the Souls games because yeah, this game is fun for sure. But you know, familiarity is nice too. So yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Glad y'all could make it, but I got work in an hour. So yeah, I will call it there. Thanks for the stream. I had a good time chatting. So yeah, catch y'all in the next one. Hopefully, Mathwiz did a round video, so hopefully we'll be doing a rain code on Saturday. If not, I will try to stream again. I'm trying to I want to be better about like if Mathwiz isn't able to stream, like because I want to finish these games. They just dropped the GTA 6 trailer, and I'm still thinking about maybe streaming GTA in place of the FromSoft games when I finish, when I catch up, basically. You know, we'll see. I expect we'll be able to just stream Rain Code the day after tomorrow, but like my previous break weeks, I could have been streaming this more, but oh well, it's too late. So yeah, anyway, good progress to stream, I think, and yeah, thanks for the conversation. So yeah, I will talk to y'all next time. Have a good one.